this is all assuming that we're done with trying to improve like CAPI or improve event match quality. So how does everyone feel about that? We're trialing blot out now, just with Klaviyo actually to begin with, and then Meta's Pixel. But I mean, if you use Shopify's native CAPI integration, we're all just happy with like an event match quality of 5 on view content, or purchase is sort of okay. Maybe you see like 7 or 8 average. But all of these other metrics are pretty terrible. Is anyone trying to fight that battle to improve event match quality? Are you testing other CAPI solutions? Are you bringing developers in, or are we just fighting the other end of it?
From our end, we're not using a lot of other solutions outside of what's there for us. So I can't speak to those specifically, but I think as long as you have like the bare minimum is you have CAPI installed and doing the best that you can there. If you don't have CAPI, like you're probably making bad decisions, and you're not getting even close to a reasonable picture of what's there. But that's really all I can speak to. I think Brett, you'll probably have a lot more insight on this. So
Yeah, I can chime in a little bit. I think I did a piece, Foxwell Founders exclusive third-party tool blog piece. If you want to check it out, there was a lot of rumblings about how the Shopify integration was trash and you needed another tool to manage it. Yeah, the TLDR on the piece is that I don't think that's necessarily the case. There are some aspects of, to your point, James, with the reality is with upper funnel events like view content and add to cart, you don't necessarily have all that match data with a standard integration. You're not going to necessarily have name, email, and some of these other match parameters that you'll have further down the funnel. So to a degree, some of those upper funnel events, it's not as big of a deal. Typically, the information that it sends along on a purchase event is pretty good, or like whatever your conversion event is. That being said, there's a lot of tools that have popped up recently. And honestly, it's kind of my domain and it's a challenge to stay on top because there's like a new one that pops up every day. And it's like, what is this one and what does it do differently? And, is it legit? I actually had, we were part of this program for a while called the Facebook Technical Partners Program while that program existed. And I made some good connections. And I actually had a former Facebook solutions engineer reach out to me yesterday and say, there's a tool called Black Crow AI, which I've heard the name, but I haven't really looked into it. And he said that they're doing some things that he likes and is interested in. To your point about doing some user and session matching top of funnel. So if a user comes in and like goes down the funnel and then comes back later, there's a session match on that. And so they have all the data from when they've gone deeper in the funnel to match to those upper funnel events. And you see some improvement there. That's just like that. I just had that conversation yesterday. In general, I'd say the Shopify connection is pretty good. I'd say if you really want to get nuts, like you can do a custom like GTM, Pixel, and CAPI integration and make it manual, and so you have a lot of control over it. I've heard for every positive story I've heard about a popsicle or a blot out edge tag or one of these, I've also heard someone say it didn't do squat for us, like it was really didn't move the needle. So we don't really use any of those tools. We do custom like GTM CAPI integrations usually, but I don't have a consensus where I can say yes or no. I've heard some people that like edge tag, others that said if popsicle works for them, and others who have said it really wasn't that much of a lift. So I don't have like a good consensus, like yay or nay, thumbs up, thumbs down answer for you, but that's just kind of, I think, where it stands. And I think it'll be interesting to monitor where some of these like third-party tools are and what they're doing as we go along. Because I do think there's some things that they can add to the mix that the integration doesn't have. But how much does that improve your end result it's tough to define at this point.
I just actually don't look at Meta at all. And I'm only doing offline conversions. That's it. That's all I look at.